have nothing to lose. Like, there's nothing stopping me from going. Fuck it. I had a place to live with a stripper. I wanted to jump off a cliff and kill myself. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can make my life whatever I want it to be, document it, or else I'm gonna look back and want to kick myself in the nuts for not doing it. It's been a while. I'm not really sure how I want to start this, and I'm not really sure where this is going to go, but I have 19 minutes on my SD card, so we're about to bullshit a little bit. I think the last YouTube video I actually made was the behind the scenes of my episode with Steve Harvey.
Please welcome Kobe and Taylor.
And that would have been filmed in October 2018 and posted June 2019. And a lot of shit has happened since then. Long story short, I'm living in Utah. I live in Salt Lake City, and it is the best thing ever. My life is absolutely incredible. I want to go back to why this video is even being made, why I'm even posting it, what's the whole point of it. I started making videos whenever I was, first video I edited, I was 12 years old. Edited it on a iPhone 5 in my deer camp trailer at Togo Island on the river in Mississippi, and it was a trampoline video. And that's how I got started making videos originally. I would just record myself tumbling on gymnastics floors or on the trampoline flipping, and critique myself and be like, I fucked up here, I need to fix my form and whatever. And it was just a way to review and get better at that sport. And from there, I got more into editing things. When I would have injuries, I would, have a broken ankle, be sitting in a cast and sit for a few months and just work on videos. After the first time I got paid $150 at a trampoline park, shout out Brock Campbell for that, I knew making videos was going to be my career. I knew I was not going to make money doing anything else, and that's what I've done. And it's been a interesting journey. And long story short, my whole goal with my life at the end of it, or at least hopefully right at the end of it, I want to be able to make like my own documentary. Like, it's one thing to write your own book, and be able to look back, which I have like journal entries going all the way back to 2010 from when I was really young. I would write stuff down. But to be able to make your own documentary is something that I think would be fucking incredible. And even if I never get famous, even if I never, am very well known, if I could just have 5 close people that get to watch it and show it to, my brother's kid or family, friends, whatever, like, this motherfucker was wild and he did what the fuck he wanted to do. That's the coolest thing in the world to me. So the whole point of this video is to talk about documenting my life. And I've been wanting to make more YouTube videos and longer form stuff for a while. I just have put it off, honestly. And I'm super dyslexic, ADHD, so this is probably going to go like fast forward back up a lot, and hopefully I get better at talking in front of a camera. But this is where I'm at right now, and yeah, we'll start at the move to Utah. So 2 years ago, last week, this is February 24th of 2025. I moved to Utah February 15th, 2023. It was the best decision I ever made. I remember sitting in my hot tub one night, it was a Sunday night, and I just thought, I have nothing to lose. Like, there's nothing stopping me from going. Like, fuck it. And I was living at Ole Miss at the time, and so I drove up there, packed my stuff up over the next week, changed the oil in my car, made sure my tires were rotated, and I headed west. I temporarily had a place to live with a stripper. It sounds way worse than it was. Actually, I don't know, because it was my best friend Drew, his ex-girlfriend, who was an ex-stripper. They had broken up a week prior, and he was living in her house. They broke up. He moved out in the middle of the night. I moved in, and a week later, I moved out in the middle of the night because I couldn't live with her. It was a nightmare of an experience. So I slept on Drew's couch for a little bit. I slept in my truck in parking lots for a little bit. I slept in the parking lot of my first apartment complex for a bit, waiting on my lease to get, my unit to get ready. It was the funnest time of my life. Even though my life right now is the funnest time, that was just such an unstable, just balls to the wall thing. And there was nothing like it. That drive coming out here, the freedom I felt of just, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can make my life whatever I want it to be. It was everything I thought it would be and better. And there was definitely some shitty times. I had a lot of days where I was like, what? Like, what did I do? Like, I am in over my head heavily. And that's an understatement, just saying that. Like, I wanted to jump off a cliff and kill myself some days. Like, it got rocky. But moving out west has been the best thing I've ever done for my life. And I cannot imagine living anywhere else, or if I was still living in Mississippi. It's just, I'm becoming who I always thought I would be out here, and that's the simplest way I can put it. But yeah, I've been doing everything I've ever wanted to do the last 2 years, and I've not documented it video wise. I've written it down in my notes a lot. I've got a lot of intimate thoughts of my perspectives on things. But being able to make cinematic stories is something I've always wanted to do, and I really want to be able to do it for myself. Even if no one ever sees it, if I never get famous, whatever, I don't really care. I'm just doing this to document my life and be able to look back and go, damn, that was cool, and you did that right. When I moved out here, I quickly got into the fitness industry, working with pro bodybuilders and that kind of stuff, gym brands. And I still do that to an extent, just not as much. I've branched out into construction, real estate development, automotive stuff for car brands, a little bit of everything. And ultimately what I want to do is the long form documentaries, and probably specifically in the hunting industry. Hunting is just, it's always been a part of my life, and I think there's endless amounts of stories you can tell with that, and long form cinematic stuff is exactly what I want to make. I want to make cinematic, short form documentary movies that just make you feel like you're living it while you watch it, and I hope that's what these videos do. Fucking plane. This video obviously kind of be a little bit different because it's just like a sit down kind of update, but that's what my whole goal is with this. It's to make long-form cinematic movies for the people I work for and for myself throughout that. You know, I've done a lot of cool shit the last 2 years, and I just haven't documented it video-wise the way I wanted to, and it's been irritating me for a bit. And I've wanted to pull the trigger and just make the videos, but I've just been finding reasons to put it off, and I guess I'm just gonna stop doing that. I have a lot of cool stuff going on, and I think I need to document it, or else I'm going to look back and want to kick myself in the nuts for not doing it. But yeah, I'm currently out here at the Knolls, West Desert, Utah. If y'all are in Utah, you know where it is. Got my one 450 right here. I've got another one in the trailer. If my the whole point, I keep going back to this, if my 8-year-old self were to watch this, I would want him to be like, you're that motherfucker. And hopefully my 40-year-old self can look back at this and go, you're pretty ignorant, but you had it going on too. You were doing it right, and you stayed the path. But yeah, I originally thought that I would start this around March of last year, because I was working with some music artists and DJs, traveling. I went to the Caribbean, Mexico, all around the U.S., and I thought that would be the perfect way to document, you know, getting paid to travel, whatever, all these beautiful places, and it would just kind of be effortless. However, that was one of the most miserable experiences of my life. I absolutely hate traveling outside America. I hate anywhere outside of America. I'd never want to leave America ever again. Everything that I thought that was going to be just went up in flames very quickly. It was just not what I thought it would be, and I quickly had to reevaluate and restructure my business in a lot of different ways. And it was the best thing I ever did, you know, telling myself I'm going to stick to working in Salt Lake, Vegas a little bit, but I can drive to Vegas. I don't have to get on a plane. But telling myself, you know, you can make it work in Salt Lake. You moved out here to build a business in Utah, and you can't do that if you're gone 3 weeks out of the month. So you're going to fucking plant your boots on the ground here, and you're going to make it work in Utah. And that's what I've been doing for the last year. I've been making connections making videos and building up clientele, making money, spending money on dirt bikes, and I'm really happy. I'm really happy with my life right now. I've got a good girlfriend, a good dog I just got, and that's something I'll hopefully show more. One video may be over the span of a month, one video maybe the span over a week, but I just want to document my life and the good parts of it and the parts that I feel like are worth looking back on to be able to ultimately piece together my documentary one day. Yeah, I know I'm all over the place. I'm not that great talking on camera because I kind of get to rambling, but this video, I feel like it just needed to, my series of videos needed to start with this as just an update of my life and where I'm at. Everything going forward will be adventures in life, doing stuff with my dog, camping, riding dirt bikes, jet skiing, whatever. Just the things that I like to do, different. And it won't be just like sitting down like this in the middle of a desert, but I came out here to ride dirt bikes by myself today and just think and be able to kind of reset. I've been in a creative rut the last couple weeks, and I felt like today would be the perfect day to, ride, listen to music, get my thoughts together, and be able to record this video and halfway make it make sense so that I can get this first video out of the way and start to push forward with other stuff. I feel like I know if I don't make videos, I'm going to regret it, and I just want to push myself to another creative aspect of making stuff for myself. I can make stuff for other people, and I can make a lot of stuff whenever I'm knowing I'm going to get a check at the end of it, but I feel like I kind of lost touch with making videos for the love of it and making it for myself, and that's what I really want to get back to. So with everything I do, with all the traveling I'm going to do in Utah and all the stuff I'll show, I'm not doing this, to be a fucking influencer and show you, the fake Instagram stuff of, oh my God, it's beautiful sunny days every day. And I'm not just doing it to, for the clout. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be famous, really. I just want to document my stuff, and that's what I plan to do. I'm going to document my life. If you like it, cool. If you don't, fucking kick rocks and unsubscribe. But that's my life. That's my life update, I guess, in a nutshell. And yeah, I guess I'll just show you a little bit of what my life looks like today. So this is the first dirt bike I bought in September of last year, a 2007 Honda CRF 450. That's my trusty 4Runner I've built out. I've done a lot to this truck in the last year. I got the roof rack on, the roof tent, the rock sliders, the steel bumper, the winch, the light bar behind the grill, and I've made it just pretty much a camping rig to be able to go anywhere I want to. And then I bought this trailer, November of last year, a couple months ago, and it's been the best thing for hauling dirt bikes I could have done. I've decked out the inside a little bit. It's dark. So this is the second 450. It's a 2006. These two bikes are the exact same. One's a 2006, one's a 2007. Put all this E-Track system in there so I can, mount the bikes however I want to. My girlfriend has a Sur-Ron, and so I gotta move them around to mount her bike sometimes. Got the generator, got the helmet mounts back there, got the trusty shotgun for, road people when you're camping. And yeah, this is pretty much it. I work, I make videos, I ride dirt bikes, and I go camping, and I do whatever the fuck I want and have a lot of fucking fun. So I'm gonna go ride some wheelies and try to get a few clips of this. Today's not really a filming day of riding. I just came out here to ride and then record this little segment, but yeah, this is pretty much it. Problem I've run into with these bikes is if I'm hauling one 450 and a Sur-Ron, it's fine. But both of these bikes, given this is only a 6x10 trailer, the handlebars get it's a little tricky, and yeah, it's definitely a first world problem. It's a good problem to have. Having two 450s, this trailer, like, this is something like I've wanted for so long, and it's just so cool that I can just go out to, like, in Utah, go out 45 minutes, hour from my house, and ride in a paradise like this and have the trailer set up where the bikes are essentially ready to go, like, all the time, and all you gotta do is just rinse them off every time I ride. Because out here in the Knolls, if you're not familiar with Utah, this is just an old lake bed of the Great Salt Lake, Lake Bonneville, so it's just all just dusty salt, and that just sitting on the bikes is not good for them. So that's the only thing about riding out here is you have to spray everything off every time you ride, or else you're just gonna get a fucking rust bucket. But can't complain. So bikes are loaded up. We're gonna fly the drone a little bit. The only thing I miss about hauling my dirt bike on my hitch carrier behind my truck was I could just spray it off without having to unhook it. But with the trailer, can't do that. I have to unload it every time, which, again, first world problem. But sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I just had it on the hitch carrier. It would be so much easier. Another thing, I meant to bring my kickstand so I could just set the bike up and spray it off. I left that at my storage unit, so I had to lean it up and flop it around, which takes up a little bit more time, but first world problems yet again. Every time I come to the storage unit, you just look at it, it's a storage unit, whatever, what's the big deal? But I just laugh at myself every time I come here, because when I moved to Utah, I packed only what I could fit in my 4Runner. Like, I fit a fucking twin mattress in that 4Runner. It was very difficult to do, but I had that thing so cram-packed, and that was the only things I moved out here with. I didn't bring any furniture. When I had the option to, I was like, no, I'm gonna get everything once I get set up there, and I wanted to move as minimalistic as possible. And now I have this 10 by 30 storage unit, fucking super full. It's got jet ski, Sur-Ron, canoe, spare tire carriers, bunch of camping stuff. And the trailer, not to mention that. It's very full, and I just kind of laugh at myself of how much stuff I've accumulated in 2 years. Not that it's junk, but I use all of this. I use the tire carrier, I use the jet ski, I use the air compressor, propane, the canoe for duck hunting. Like, I use it all. It's just funny that, you know, I moved out here literally exactly 2 years ago with only what I could fit in my car, and I've got the best dirt bike setup I could have. Maybe there's always bigger and better, but my life, my stage I'm in, I've got everything I want set up, and yeah, just every time I come here, it's like hell yeah. It's just like guy, you know, the stuff, the memes, like guys will see this and say hell yeah. Every time I come to the storage unit, it's like hell yeah. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know the sit down talking portion at the Knolls was pretty rambly, because I don't really have a direct direction I want to go with that. I just kind of felt like I needed to get a spill out and kind of update broadly on my life so that I can kind of start going forward from here. But yeah, this is my first YouTube video back in a long time. I feel like I've grown up a lot. I've had no choice but to grow up and evolve and become a better person and become a better filmmaker, better businessman, a better all the way around. So the next video, I'm going to Vegas. I gotta film a mini documentary series down there of bodybuilding stuff. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep sharing my shit, keep posting what I do, and if you like it, subscribe. If you don't, kick rocks. But this is my life. If you want to watch it, subscribe. Thank you. I'm out. Oh shit, my legs are sore.